Now at 8:35, it is not summer without a blockbuster action-adventure movie, and Transformers Dark of the Moon certainly fits that bill. Shia LaBeouf returns in the highly anticipated third film of the franchise to once again fight for humans and Autobots. Take a look.
Hey, I have an idea. How about we get back to the important topics, like the fact that I almost had my face cut off by a Decepticon? As a taxpayer, I'd like to lodge a complaint, as a matter of fact.
Colonel Lennox, we cannot entrust national security to teenagers. If you breathe a word of what you've seen here, you will do time for treason. Do you understand me?
I'll take my orders from the Autobots. I know them. I don't know you.
You will.
Shia LaBeouf, good morning.
Good morning.
Frances McDormand, that's no small change.
No.
That's terrific. And also that belies the truth about this movie, which is that this is the most intense action film I think I have ever seen. I mean, in addition to the fact that it's 3D, so with those glasses on, you're going 100 miles a minute, and this movie seems to be made for 3D, it seems. It's also got this fast-paced storyline and so much intensity. I mean, with all the running and the falling and the crashing, the flying, I mean, this looked like it hurt, Shia. Did it hurt? Did you get bruises from doing this movie?
Yeah, always. Yeah, you always feel it. You always feel it at the end.
Yeah, and amid this storyline, you also get to work with some pretty amazing people. You've got, let's see now, let me think here, Walter Cronkite, Bill O'Reilly. I'm not going to give it all away, but there's Richard Nixon and Ken Jeong of Hangover fame in this movie.
Sure.
You want to explain that? Or you want to let that lie?
I don't think Cronkite showed up for us. Yeah, but it was, we had a really good cast, and, Malkovich and Francis and everybody who came back, it was really like a family.
And you are the emotional glue in all this, because there's this intense clash of metal, this incredible story that continues. But your character, Sam Witwicky, at this point, he's just finished college and he can't get a job, but he can get a smashing girlfriend.
How about that?
Oh my gosh, lucky Sam, lucky Shia.
Yeah.
You want to tell us
definitely.
about her?
Well, she's incredible. Yeah, Rosie, is a tough spot to jump into, and she's so poised, and she really was like a cheerleader for all of us. She is, of course, beautiful. But she's also really smart and really good at her gig. I mean, she's good in the movie, really good in the movie.
And you must have been very happy when you saw her cast. I would guess, just as a guy, as a young man who...
Sure. Yeah, for all those reasons, of course.
Yes, of course, for all those reasons. And I did see the movie, and she does a really good job. Is this her first acting gig?
First ever, yeah. Yeah.
Meantime, one name that's noticeably absent, we just saw a picture of her, is Megan Fox. And with all the stuff aside about why that was, did you miss her?
Yeah, she was a friend of mine, I love Megan. And, we spent 4 years together, and these are hard-fought movies to make. You really get battle-tested. But I think it was beneficial to the storyline, because what happened in the second movie is the two characters became synonymous, and Sam became less heroic. There's no damsel in distress anymore. There's no one to be heroic for, especially when she's vetted like he is. So bringing a new, fresh set of eyes actually selfishly benefited my character.
Meantime, there's a wonderful, really, I think, honest article about you in Details magazine. Maybe you might think a little too honest. I mean, you talk about, having a dad who wasn't always there. But you also tell this really lovely story about your dad and your mom and you, being raised poor, trying to make money, dressing up as clowns to sell, shaved ice?
Yeah, snow cones. My dad used to we had a big freezer, industrial freezer. He used to make these big bricks of ice, we'd shave them, put syrup on it, dance around, juggle, smile. My family, nobody wants to buy anything from fighting clowns,
Right.
So it was always like everybody was very, my family was always very happy, and at that young age, you don't know the difference between a performance and reality.
How old were you?
3, 4.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've been performing for a long time. And how does that intensity inform, do you think, your work? Because there's something just so incredibly honest about you when you're on the screen.
Thank you.
And, I think I'm saying what pretty much the reason why you're continuing to be cast in all these great movies, there's something quite honest. Is that, do you think, connected to this background, this past?
Probably, yeah. I mean, maybe a lack of fear also. And I understand the benefits of the honesty as well, and people do capitalize on it, and and myself as well. Yeah, I mean, I understand. And usually I get anchored, it's sort of, I'm being hired to anchor these films, these fantasy films, and I'm usually the human anchoring, the human element. Yeah, so my job really is to make it as natural as possible and as real as possible, and that's what I try to do.
You also have made a turn into directing at 25. A kid, no, not
Well,
pretty.
yes and
Yeah, no, it was a Kid Cudi video, right? And
Yeah.
you directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this like the new you? I mean,
No.
are you? No, well, what is the you? I mean, the thing about it is that you've really made this splash with these sort of great movies for teenagers, and you've also done, you know, some indie movies, but you're 25 years old and you're already doing this stuff. So what are you going to be at 75? Who are you at 75?
Walter Cronkite, I'm hoping.
Are you?
That's what I'm aiming for. Definitely the hairdo. I want the hairdo, if anything. No, but this was like, you know, it's like a chance for me to go follow my heroes around, kind of, you know, like a Cameron Crowe type of thing. It wasn't never wanted to, you know, it takes a certain attention span to be a director, and I have an actor's attention span, which is about a window of 3 months. You know, it's very difficult. Mike's been working on Transformers for upwards of 7 years, you know.
Well, you know, the attention span increases with age, so give yourself some time.
I hope so.
All right, nice to meet you. Really great to meet you. And Transformers 3: Dark Side of the Moon opens in IMAX today.